industry.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that Korean students are very interested in working with OPT visa after graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any STEM? You mentioned about you have 29 STEM majors, right?
Right. So 29 STEM majors, that is not decided by our university. It is the U.S. government, the Homeland Security, that decides that. They looked at our curriculum. Our curriculum is very innovative. Our international student graduates worked in various companies like Google or IBM in the industry. So I think that is all evaluated, and that's what makes that particular major STEM. There's some famous art schools that, household names that people will recognize. Some schools do not have STEM at all. Some schools will have like 4 or 5. I haven't really seen schools with more than 6 or 7, but ours is 29, and honestly, most art schools don't even have 29 art majors. So it makes us very innovative. The 2 words that I hear the most at SCAD is creative and innovative. We call our school the School of Creative Careers. We want you to be creative, but we are very innovative. So we will provide the innovative curriculum and the facilities so students can learn and be well prepared for the creative industry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any system or program that students could have when they find jobs?
So when students come in, especially international students, they already have 3 advisors in addition to the professors they can meet and talk about. So they will have a student success advisor, they will have an international student advisor, they will have a career advisor. So we have a whole dedicated team, and the department is called Career and Alumni Services. And the service continues beyond graduation. So students can meet their career advisor as early as freshman year. And I know the Career and Alumni Services very well. One of the directors is one of my best friends. And she says they're welcoming students as early as freshman year. So it helps them with their resume, job interview, looking for jobs, internships. So that service really continues even until after graduation. And this is a service they can use as long as you're willing to. So we have a very big department that is dedicated to helping students to be in the creative industry.
Yes, students could have that support because also you have many partnership with many corporates.
Right.
So how could this partnership will be very helpful for students?
Yeah, so I think you're talking about SCADpro.
Yes.
So this is another department.
Yeah.
Actually, this is not an internship. This is doing industry projects when you're a student. So I'll just give you just a very quick couple of examples. Delta wanted us to make a training video for them, safety training video for the employees, which can be very boring because it's usually a series of videos and clicking answers. They made it into a game. Also, if you look at NASA, they wanted us to make some educational material to educate students about a new satellite called ICE SAT-2. So a lot of people, educational material, they will talk about brochures or booklets. Actually, students made an animation and a little bit of a game component so students can learn about the students can learn about the ICE SAT-2 new satellite, and NASA is using it. So those are the projects we get. When you do it, you think, oh, it's an animation project. Animation students will be involved. Actually, usually about 15 to 20 students are with SCADpro, and there are about 8 different majors. You have to work in collaboration. That is with Google Maps as well. Some of the features on Google Maps are by our students, but in that project, it was not just UXD majors, there were 2 film majors as well. So you can tell that everybody has to work in collaboration to actually execute a project. And when we present it to, you have to be very professional when we present to these industries. Last year alone, we had about 100 different projects, and we're very lucky that Ma Payne, who is the executive director of SCADpro, is going to come to Korea, and she's going to do an interview here. So I hope everybody comes back to this YouTube channel, and about the end of November, early December, you will be able to see an interview with Ma Peng, who talks a lot about SCADpro that helps our students to have this industry experience before they graduate.
Yes, we are very looking forward to it.
Yes, and the list goes on. We did with Delta, we did it many times. BMW, we did projects with them many times. The clients keep on coming back because what our students produce is so much at the industry level, very creative, and that's what they're looking for. And you'll get to hear more about it. So yeah, please come back to this channel.
Thank you. My last, it's not my last question.
One of the last questions.
It's the last part. It's admission.
Yes.
Yes. When students apply for SCAD, do they have to specify the major before they apply?
So you will write down your interest. However, that has nothing to do with admissions. You can come in being undecided, and we want you to actually explore and find your major. For example, some students will say that I'm going to do animation. When they come in, they learn, something like they discover, there's something called motion media. I want to do that. So there's some extreme cases, like we have a student who is working for Google right now with a UXD major. She was sure she was going to do fashion design. But also at the same time, I know like a lot of the photography students go to game design, because even in game design, there are many different concentrations, and we have some photography students who change to game design. So changing majors or deciding on the major later is very common. That's why our portfolio is non-major specific. So when the portfolio team looks at your portfolio, they do not look at any of your other profile or the major. They look at the portfolio itself, because we want to see your potential and your creativity, not necessarily skills or techniques. That's very important. Skills are very important. Mastery is important as well. But we want to see your creativity as well. So that's why portfolio is just not major specific. And you have a chance to show yourself and show what you have.
Yes, it's really good to know that you are looking for students' potential.
Potential, definitely.
Students might don't know what they are good at, or their interest could be changing after that.
Exactly,
yes,
exactly.
It's good. And when do you require? It's not, the portfolio is not a mandatory requirement, right?
So if you look at our website, it says it's not required, but I can tell you that 99% of the students in this region, which is Korea, they do submit a portfolio. You can think the reason why we says optional is same as something like SAT optional. There's some very academically strong universities that do not require the SAT. But if you have the resources to take the test, definitely you want to take the test. So that's why most students do submit a portfolio. But we have students in the US, and US is very big. US is very big. As you know, there's some schools who do not even have art classes. Unlike Korea and the US, there's not really something called portfolio studio or 미술학원. So you usually take AP art classes and work with your teacher and submit your portfolio. However, there are some schools who don't even have an art class, but they're very talented. So we look at their resume and their grades. So it is possible to be admitted without a portfolio. For example, let's say we have a student. She made a lot of films for the school, made like film or go to all the football games and record it and help work in the school club. However, that student might not have the resources to actually have all the equipment or like a drone camera to film something, but maybe have a great potential. So those students, we welcome them because they have a great potential, the enthusiasm and the talent. We have all the equipment and the resources, so we'll provide it to those students. So that is the reason why portfolio is put as not required. However, those students usually have something that will exceed the portfolio. Great potentials, great resume, good grades. And also sometimes instead of the portfolio, we will do an interview with them as well. So that happens too. So we try to really look at students from many different angles to see their potential. And we have the resources to take our time to evaluate those students. So it is not like, I don't have a portfolio, great, I'll try and go to the school. Not necessarily. However, that is what is on our website. So, but when you're always welcome to talk to your admission advisor and try to see when you're going to submit a portfolio. In some cases, it may be possible without it, but that is through an interview, and we will have to learn about you if that's going to be a possibility.
Okay, so not mandatory, but
Highly recommended. Yes.
Okay. And you know the Korean students are international students, so do they have to prepare their English score?
So being admitted, so your English score is not a requirement to be admitted. So even though you don't have a TOEFL score, you can be admitted. However, you cannot take classes. So you can either submit your TOEFL score after you get admitted before coming to class. Of course, there is like a window that you have to submit your required score. Or you can just come to SCAD, take a placement test, and take additional English courses according to your level and ability. That is a great program we have. It's called SCAD Language Studios. The tuition is about 1/4 of the regular tuition, but it's a great opportunity for you to learn English, your English skills, and so you can prepare for the test. We really like to support the students in many different ways, and language is one of them. So we have a separate language studio. However, you will be our SCAD student because you're admitted. You will be using the same facilities, participating in the same events, using the same residence halls. So you'll be our student. Just you're taking different classes than the students who start with the required English score.
And I'd like to know if there are any scholarship you offer to international students or Korean students.
So actually, we don't even have a separate international student scholarship. We do have international student scholarship, but it's not separate from domestic students. Everybody applies or evaluated the same. So everybody is automatically considered for merit scholarship, which is based on your GPA, and achievement scholarship, which is based on your resume, your recommendation, your portfolio. So those are the two scholarships that everybody is qualified for. And also we have international student scholarships. So in the spring, I do invite students to apply for international student scholarship, which will be submitting an essay and also an interview as well. So that can be something additional that students can have for as an international students.
Okay, so do you think that if students submit their OR's history or any experience, it will be helpful?
Yes, so actually resume. So resume is not a job resume. It's basically your school activities. We do like to see some proactiveness in the students. So we do see your resume. Not everything has to be art related. Yeah, it can be any kind of leadership or other activities that you're very enthusiastic about. So that is one component of the achievement scholarship in addition to the portfolio.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You share so many information and it will be very helpful for students. So before we finish, is there any advice or words can you do?
Yes, so SCAD is a very unique university. Yes. It is a very innovative university and we're looking for creative talent. And this is a place where creativity can become your career. So I recommend, I strongly encourage everybody to try to apply, and we evaluate students from many different angles. We are very fortunate that we have the resources and the time to spend a lot of time with the students to kind of see their potential. So I strongly recommend you to apply and see what you can show us, and we would love to have all of you on campus.
Okay, that's so sweet. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.